Hey everybody, my buddy Scott McLeod and I are just at the Gulley Lake Wilderness Area. Brought my dog, who was looking for food. This is a trail system that's apparently got about 25k of trails in here. We're going to maybe do 18 to 20 of it, maybe less. We're actually just out here to do some hammocking anyway. So we're starting at the Juniper Head Trail side, which is off the Glen Road. And you can see there's a little snow on the ground and we might be in for a wet trail. We're here. We're going to go to Gulley Lake and maybe throw in some of this stuff over here as well. Okay, so we're almost ready to roll out of the parking lot here. I've got about 41 pounds on my back because I've got a lot of stuff I don't need. I don't know if you can see it back there or not. Scotty convinced me to bring my mandolin. So we'll have some camp tunes tonight. He's got his harmonica. I've got a dog tent and a big bedroll for the dog. I'll show you that later. Maybe you can see it there now. That added a bit of weight. Dog food, I put a bunch of that in, more than I need, just because, you know, I'm worried about the little pup. I got a lot more clothes than I need. It's supposed to be 0 degrees overnight. However, I'm going to put all those extra clothes in with her. And then just rocking my normal Warbonnet hammock and my hammock gear underquilt and top quilt. Scotty's trying out his new hammock gear underquilt. He's already got a top quilt, but he never had the proper underquilt before. So his is a 0 degree, mine's a 20 degree. It's supposed to be 0 degrees Celsius, which is, I don't know, 32 Fahrenheit, I guess. So we should be plenty warm enough. All right, off we go. We're about 23 some odd minutes into our trail. We've only covered 1.1 kilometers so far, and that's because we just came up a big side hill through this hardwood ridge. Seems to have leveled off a bit now. We want to camp closer to the car because tomorrow morning it's supposed to be rainy, about 1 or 2 degrees, so probably would like to limit the distance we have to travel tomorrow. There's a couple of really nice streams that we can pass just here, although this area might be a bit windy for us overnight, but we'll make the decision a little later on. We're surprised how much snow there is. Hopefully it won't. Well, we just crossing one of the ATV/Skidoo trails up here, and we're still on the Juniper Head Trail. This has kind of been our terrain. This is probably where we're gonna camp. I've got a Garmin Fenix 5X watch that I'm trying to figure out, but I've saved locations in it so we know on our way back how far it is to the good camping spots, because everywhere we saw here was pretty excellent. Enjoying it. It's a beautiful day. We're just coming up to a bridge. This is a good thing about going somewhere you've never been, just happening upon things you've never seen. Little surprises along the way. Have a little Bob Ross moment here with the bridge. Oh yeah, this is nice. Up. Up. Come on. Yeah, we're at the trailhead, aren't we? Or the trail where it meets Gulley Lake Trail.
Yeah, you go left or right.
Yeah. Cool. We are here. We are going to go this way. Oh, snake. You see him? Little garter snake. Yeah, right there. Okay, to get back to what I was saying before the snake interrupted me before, if that does actually makes the editing cut. We're going to do a 10-kilometer loop back to where that bridge was, to Juniper Brook. And we're following this gorge. It goes down probably 3 some odd K in this direction. The brook's down there. You can hear it the whole way. And then it goes to the bottom, goes into kind of a box, back up the other side. So it's like 2 rivers coming down the valley. We'll go to the bottom, cut across, and back up another river. Apparently there's a bunch of falls down there. So Scott and I plan on stopping for a coffee at those falls. But it's kind of nice just to be going downhill for a change. The terrain is just, it's like this the whole way so far. It's just so nice. It's a beautiful day. This is really cool. A lot easier on the feet, eh, Scott? That granite, like coming across, stomping across there, is starting to get hard on the knees. A bit like Chignecto, except for a lot more manageable. I could definitely spend a few nights here, bring the fishing rods, go up and down this whole river system, or brook system, I guess. You wouldn't want to be here when it's flooding, because that's obviously why it's flat. But look at all the spots you could set up. This place is amazing. Taylor, do you want a treat? Come. Want a treat? Come. Sit. Alright, let's get your treat. Just wait. There you go. Nice. Nicely done. Yeah, so we'll just brew up here. Scott's pouring his already. Ooh, I'll show you that. Let's get an action shot there, Scotty. Dollar store filter basket. First time he's used that. This fancy Snow Peak one that I got for a present. And, you know, really though, they do the exact same thing. Scotty's can just fold up in the backpack.
Name of that lake we went to?
Okay, we're back on the trail after about a half-hour coffee break. We think we probably have 2 to 3 hours to walk before we actually make camp. Really nice coffee stuff, just sitting by that little brook. and the dog ran around and played the whole time. I don't know how she has the energy. When we're home, she usually just lays and sleeps when we're not outside for a couple hours a day. But she's going strong. I tell you, if I would have known how nice this trail was before, I would have been here last year. Just from the map, it looked like it was fairly flat and rather boring, and I couldn't really tell what the trees were like in here. But 90% of the Gulley Lake Loop that we've done has been this big old standing hardwood, and with a little bit of fir trees or spruce mixed in, which makes for ideal camping. There's a stream every 50 meters, it feels, so there's no shortage of water. The trail system is marked with these red flashes. Let's just get up to one here. They're everywhere. Okay, so we made it to, I can't pronounce it, Maguma Falls, 0.1K, which we can hear it down in this hollow and can kind of see that water down there. But we are right there. We came from this way of the loop. And I'll bring you over here to the big loop. Okay, we parked way over here at Juniper, hiked into here, all the way down, and we're here. And so now we have to go up and back, and we're going to camp somewhere in there. Maybe on this side hill, I'm not sure yet. Oh, wow. Now that's a bridge. There are the Maguma Falls, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Yeah, that's worth the walk down. Definitely worth it. But so far this trail has been anything but disappointing. We're coming across that river. I think we're going to parallel it up the side hill. That will take us back to Juniper River, I guess, or brook. Giant marsh out there. Okay, where are we? Yeah, we are at the top, Scott. Right there. That's cool. So we got to go across to there. Oh, thanks, bud. Oh, yeah.
So I don't eat.
Oh, yeah. So that behind me is Gulley Lake. It looks like a big bog, but if you look at it on the map, it's actually a fairly big lake system. Now, I'm looking at the striations across to the top. We're at about 240 meters here, and we're going to hit 280. So we might be in for a little bit of a walk, but it's only 2.5K. Oh. We're both tired though. It'd be nice to get to camp. Scott's got whiskey, I've got bourbon, and get our meals boiling. Listen to all the peepers. I don't know if you can hear that. So the water is where our trail is, basically, where that water comes down. Okay. So we are completed the Gulley Lake Loop, which is, now that we're done, I think I can pretty positively say that it was spectacular. I liked almost every minute of it. The last climbing bit, on tired feet was, a little bit of a struggle, but it's over now. We may climb a little bit to get to where we're going to camp. And here's where we stopped a while ago. Got a picture of Tilly on that bridge. they come. Well, we found our spot. I don't know what it is when you're hiking and you've got your hammocks and you're thinking about where you'd put them up. It seems like you walk by a million places and it's like, oh, that's ideal. So I actually pinned a couple of spots on my watch, and we got there and we're like, no, this sucks. We're not far from where the initial pin was, but we kind of had to do a little bit of searching. So I'm going to sit you down. We're just going to do some setup. Just a little bit about the spot we chose. It's in a hardwood ridge. And we were able to find 3 trees, because we're going to share one, that are in a good 6 feet away quarantine distance. But right over there in this little gully here, there's a brook that we'll be able to get all of our water from, and I'll be able to put Tilly's I'll be able to put her tent underneath. I know you're wet though. You're wet. Come on. Lucky I gotta change clothes. Come on up. Oh, there we go. So we'll, we're lucky we can just go grab our water at any point. So the filtering isn't going to be an issue, and carrying it isn't an issue. And she's soaked, of course, because she's in the water every 5 seconds. So now I'm soaked. Good thing I have a change of clothes. No ticks so far. That's a bonus. This is Scotty's brand new Phoenix. Or no, this is an incubator underquilt, and it's the Incubator Econ 30 Moroccan blue to match his 30-degree burrow top quilt. And he's rocking the Hennessy Expedition zip with beetle buckles. So I am finally all set up. That took ages, and the reason is I set it, my tarp, I wanted it to be touching the ground. That way the dog's tent, which is going to be inside my tarp, would be sheltered. And after doing all that, I realized it was going to be miserable if I had it that low, because my hammock would have been touching the ground. And yeah, it was the only way to do it. So I just set it back up into the normal height. Hopefully this will be good enough. There's her little tent right there. It's on the inside of that back door. My top's obviously flipped over, so it's going to flip up. Another door will enclose over front of that. So she should be more than comfortable, I hope. I got blankets, and I'm going to put all my clothes in there with her. And here's the reward. The Hawkins cheesies. What do you think? Want some Hawkins cheesies? There you go. You got kibble right there. Here's my bourbon. Scotty's got some whiskey over there. I'm going to show you his setup. He's looking pretty cozy over there. He's already in his jammies. Look at you. There's our sunset. It's looking like we may have another hour or so of light. And tonight, there's supposed to be a supermoon. So, I am...
An hour hike out tomorrow?
Might be. Oop, that's okay. Alright, so I'm trying to boil up my water for supper. However, it would seem that someone needed a lap horse than I need my supper. So I'm going to try to do both at once. My fancy feast stove. Roll in. It took me a while to find the alcohol for it, because when I bought the stove, it was out of the States, and it said that you should buy, there was a couple of different brands of things, but of course Canada, we didn't sell them, or they were banned or whatever. So I did a bit of Google research, and it turns out methyl hydrate from Canadian Tire is all you need. And here's the meal choices for tonight. Not Hawkins cheesies. We'll have those later. I've got spicy penne pasta, or sausage and pepper penne, I guess it is. Both of them are Alpine Air. And then this is what I'm going to have. creamy beef and noodles. What do you think? You gonna have some of that? I'll have some creamy beef and noodles. 500 ml of boiling water to the bag.
That's what I get.
Oh, is it? Same one? So Scott's drinking the same thing. Copycat. Ugh. So easy to light. And it's going. A little windbreak, although I probably don't need it. You're okay. You're okay. And now we wait. Well, you won't wait. I'll turn you off. Are you gonna go? Okay. Okay. I'm playing the hammock a ton. That was perfect. Keep going.
I'm gonna ruin your videos.
No, no, God, no. Keep going. Maybe Dirty Old Town would be a better one for you. Keep going. That was good. Okay, this is done. I opened it once and it was just soup. I think I put it's still soup. Maybe yours is better, Scott? It's supposed to be creamy noodle, not like frothy, soupy thing. Anyway, I think I put too much water in. Well, it tastes good though. So that's all that matters. Do you want some? Let me check the ingredients. Can you drink maltodextrin? I don't think she can. Alright, so I opened this up. I let it sit. I don't know if I put too much water in or if maybe it's old. It still tastes good. Everything's all doing what it's supposed to, but it's a bit soupy. And if you know me, you know I don't like soup. I don't like to drink my food, so I kind of wish it was as creamy as it had said it was going to be. It still tastes good. Yeah, I think. Scott, what would you say? It's about, might be 6 degrees right now. 6 or 8. You're wearing a lot of clothes. 8, yeah. We're just wearing a lot of clothes because we're in power down mode. But it's still feeling good. We're looking forward to that supermoon. I don't know. I'll try to record some supermoon if I can. We'll see what happens. I'll show you Scotty before. Look at him over there. A king among men in his Hennessy hammock. Good morning. It's, what time is it? 7:23. We went to bed, I don't know, sometime around midnight, I guess. And we're up at 6 a.m. because, well, it got daylight and I really had to go to the bathroom. So the dog slept in her tent all night, but then at 6, I wrangled her into the hammock with me and put her under the sleeping bag. And she actually slept there until now. Like, I basically just got out of the bed about 10 minutes ago. So, and now she's whining. Come here, come. Nope, not coming up. About 2 or 3 degrees right now. It's supposed to start raining a little bit. I've pitched up into porch mode just so I can make my breakfast and pack away some of the stuff comfortably rather than hunched underneath. I had the tarp pitched pretty low overnight. Scotty's still chilling out in his hammock. Night though. I usually like the sound of water. Maybe we should have parked a little closer because this isn't a very big brook, obviously. Sorry, Pop. There you can see where I put Tilly's tent. So I put my coat over top of it to add a little bit more heat retention. Inside, put every bit of my clothes. In fact, I couldn't find my hat last night, and that's because I mistakenly threw it in there. And I had that wool blanket on the bottom. Alright. There we go. That's a lot of oatmeal. Perfect. I can't believe I did that right. That was just a guess. Okay, so we're just packing up camp. Scotty's pretty much done. He's just over there. He's got his tarp left and putting away the last few trinkets. I'm a little ways away. I still got to put my my hammock and my tarp, and then all the stuff in my bag. I've got to figure out how to put my garbage bag that I brought for this over top and then hang it outside my backpack. That shouldn't take too long though. It was a good night last night. I drank a little bit too much bourbon and I'm suffering today. Got a headache, so I guess that shows we had a good time. I remember thinking at about 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock last night that I was tired and we'd probably head to bed soon. And we started playing mandolin and harmonica and singing like fools and scaring off bears and deer and whatever else was out here last night. And it was 12 or 12:30 when we finally went to bed. So just a sign of a good trip. We're gonna get on the road. Okay, time to start the old tracker hike. And the GPS is probably gonna pick up pretty quick. We're outside. I figured I'd better record a little bit. We just started our hike. We're only a couple of minutes in, but in case it starts to rain, this camera's not waterproof, so it'll be pretty small amount of footage if I don't do a little bit now. It's about 5 degrees and overcast, and it was supposed to rain, but it hasn't yet. So we've really lucked out on this trip. It was cold overnight. It definitely went down to 0, maybe even -1. I was cold for a couple of minutes. I woke up around 1 a.m. with the shivers, and then I just must not have been tucked in properly. So, and I was warm for the rest of the night. But yeah, I really enjoyed this two-day hike trip camp thing that we arranged last minute. I think I called Scott on Monday, and if it was that day, it might have been Sunday, and just said, hey, you want to go for an overnighter? Because I was going to come solo, and fortunately he had the day off, so it was perfect. I'm looking forward now to getting home, just where we didn't get much sleep. Laying on the couch. Hopefully Claire will have lots of knitting or something like that to do, and I can just nap on her with the dog, because I got a feeling that the dog's going to be in the same boat as me. So I usually don't say this, but if you did enjoy this, click like. I'm noticing a lot of people don't bother clicking like, even though you get a lot of views. Maybe they don't like it. It doesn't really, I guess, matter. I'm going to keep making these, and I enjoy the filming and having the diary that I can look back at down the road of where we've been, and how much fun I had. And maybe you'll get out and video somewhere you've been that I can then go to. Well, we're doing a pretty steady descent back, and looking at the map on my watch, I think we're pretty close to the car. So I'm going to end it here. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. I kind of really want, I'm glad that I'm making this, and hopefully it'll be searchable in YouTube. because there wasn't a lot out there that I could find that showed how awesome this place is. And the last thing you want to do is waste your time hiking somewhere and then not enjoying it. Like Nova Scotia has a lot of places that are kind of just scraggy and bushy, and there might be a trail there, which is alright. But like Scott and I did Crowbar Lake last year, and there's some definitely good sections in there. But we spent probably an hour trying to find a hammock spot when we finally decided we needed to bunker down. So this place has it in spades everywhere. Just take your pick. I'd say we're still the only ones here. There it is. Okay, trip's over. That was a really good time. Super glad Scotty had the days off. Thanks for watching. We'll be back, I don't know, maybe Cape Breton next time. We're not certain. Hopefully somewhere new again, or Cape Chignecto. Either would be good. Yes, that's a great spot to pee. You're a little weirdo.